Hey guys, so today I'm actually going to be reviewing the manga. I usually do the episodes, but we're only one chapter away, and I was like, I have to do this. I still can't believe that this is the ending. So there's just so much going on, so I was like, I can't miss this opportunity to just go through the manga with you guys. But let's get to it. So actually, the on the right side I'm gonna have the manga, and I'm gonna just be scrolling through just to be in order. But yeah, so this is chapter 138, A Long Dream. We still get the rumbling happening, and it sucks because the people in Marley, they literally have a cliff that they either have to jump off to their death, or they're gonna get squashed by the colossal titans. But all of a sudden we see the colossal titans stop. They're either kneeling down, just the rumbling had completely stopped. So they're like, what's going on? Falco and his crew conveniently land near their families, and they're looking out in the area of seeing what damage that had Armin done with his bombing, his nuke bomb, and it looks like Eren is practically destroyed. So in all, it looks like that they've won. They're all happy because they've seen the rumbling stopped. But as we know, when too much stuff good happens at times, you know that there's something gonna happen that's bad. So they think they've done it. We get a beautiful reunion with all the family members. Gabby with her family, Falco and Piek. Annie's looking for her father. And so, because yeah, they haven't seen each other since the last of the rumbling, or because they didn't even know if they were alive, who was alive. So it was good to see them all to unite together. We then get Armin and Reiner. Reiner looks like he is just beat, for the aftermath of Armin's nuke explosion, but he looks like he survived. He's fine. I mean, not fine, like his Titan's not fine, but he's alive. And we see that the centipede thing is still alive, that nasty thing. That thing. And so they realize, like, this isn't over. We have to destroy this thing. We cannot let it live in order to, win. So we then get like another nuke bomb in the background, and they're like, what the heck is that? And it is a colossal Eren. So literally, it's the head of Eren's last like bone titan, but it has a colossal body. So it's crazy. He still has like the long hair. And so like we really have to destroy Eren because we can't, let this rumbling continue. He could start it over again. So, and then Mikasa realized that yes, this is something that we have to do. So all of a sudden we see steam start coming out of that worm. And yeah, like at five different areas. And we get a reunion. So it looks like because the Marleyans and the Eldians were still bickering before, right when this was all happening, but all of a sudden that they're all, friends now, that, they realize that, we have to work together in order to survive. So there's that whole peace and love right there going on. And gosh, this thing scrolled. Annie sees her papa. It's so like at that moment, it's like one of those moments like people are about to run to each other, but then all of a sudden we start to see smoke all around. Come, So we see Annie and her dad, and even Armin and Ryan are like, "What is that?" And even like Mikasa, Connie, and all them like, "What is? It's coming from the worm." They realized. But then Connie realizes right away this is the same thing that had happened to his village, and that moment, Levi knew we need to get the hell out of here now, because he knew that smoke was most likely to turn them into the Eldians into Titans. And already Connie and Jean and all of them have, inhaled it. The only ones that he knew that weren't going to transform were the Ackermans, which was Mikasa, and then the already Titan shifters, which is Piek and Falco. So he told them like, we need to get out of here now. And so it's really heartbreaking because in that situation, there was no proper goodbye. They've worked with each other, or at least, Connie, John, and Mikasa and Levi since the beginning of like the Survey Corps when they started. And so there was no proper goodbye even with the families. Falco they had to get out of there. So that was so sad seeing them soar off, and seeing John and Connie just, looking at, hey, cat's having a hairball attack. But it's so sad to see John and Connie just looking at them leave. This part is the part that I'm so confused about, though. We have Falco. Is he screaming because of anguish of, you know what, that they just left him? Um, but or was that to trigger them transforming? Because right after we get them transforming into the mindless titans. But also before that, it's just such a sad thing that Connie and John, they just take their fate as champs. They're just like, you know what, we know what's about to happen. We this is the scouts way. And so they're just reminiscing, they're just whole hugging each other like bros. And that was just such a sad ending for them. But then that's then right after the transformation happens of all the Eldians who were that area turn into the mindless titans. But the thing is, like, yeah, was it Falco who triggered it? Was it Eren? Because from what it seems, it looks like Falco did, because his eyes are like shining. But I'm confused because I thought that was a beast. I thought that was only like Zeke's power that he could do that, since he had royal blood. So maybe in the next chapter it will, reveal exactly what happened. Maybe it was an accident, but Falco, because I remember Falco did drink Zeke's spinal fluid, so maybe there's something with that. But so maybe, yeah, next chapter we'll get more clear on that because I'm confused. But it just sucks to see all them like transform into mindless titans, and you see them when they transform. You still have the Marleyan like people out there, soldiers, and they're just looking terrified. They're like, oh my gosh, like these Eldians just turned. But the Eldians actually don't eat them. They actually start jumping off that cliff and heading towards helping that centipede, because looks like that centipede thing, Reiner is about like, you are not getting past me. He's like football status guy. He's not gonna let them all, which there's no way, Reiner. Like, you got all these hundreds of titans, and then you get that huge ass centipede, but he's a champ. So he's ready to block, and then we get a big showdown between, or it's not huge, but like Armin and Eren duke it out for a bit. But it's pretty cool because their colossal bodies, they're just ginormous. So I'm curious how that's gonna be animated. Hopefully not CGI, because I'm definitely not a fan of the CGI. Even though this studio is not doing too bad with the CGI, I'd rather just avoid the CGI. But we get the Duke out, and Reiner's just holding down that worm as much as he could, and Pieck jumps into the picture to help him out, and then we get Annie there, and they're doing the best that they can against all these people. Mikasa is going back. Levi's just like, Mikasa, knock it off. We have to finish this. Get your shit together. And she goes back into, I think it's another reality of a time of what could have happened in her, in the way that things could have happened that she wanted. So Mikasa's waking up from a dream, and Eren is like, are you okay? You've been sleeping for a while. And it's so crazy because this same scenario had happened in episode 1 about Eren, when the first episode when he was a kid, waking up from that dream and crying. Same situation as here with Mikasa. So the parallels Isayama does is just crazy. So this looks like this would have been a reality that what had happened if Eren never fought. Had they both had just escape, it just to live the last 4 years of Eren together. So, because it looks like they had ran away, and they know that Marley's about to come. That Marley's eventually going to come attack Paradise Island. So this is a reality. Yeah, that Eren never pursued his, will to fight. So, and I guess this is a way that for Mikasa to cope, because Eren is just like, just forget about me, and she's like, I can't. So in the situation, then we go back into the fight, and you see just Reiner and Annie and Pieck just getting destroyed by these these mindless titans. And you see John biting Reiner's neck, and then Connie like ripping Reiner's mouth. I'm like, what the heck, no. And he realizes, or Reiner does realize, he's like, these are my friends. Like, Gabby even turned into a mindless titan, and his mom. So Reiner again has to see that his family and friends are gone again. So Reiner's more tragedy has to see this, but so they're getting ripped up by them all, and so Levi's like, we gotta do this. So Mikasa puts her scarf back on, and you know, leave. And Mikasa's like, yeah, I'll kill him. She wants to be the one to do it. So she needs Armin and Levi's help. And so they go near Eren, and looks like they do the explosion in his mouth to break those two front teeth so that she can get in. And it was such a like beautiful way to kill him. You just see her smiling, and in the way that he looks at her, and it goes back into the reality, and like she says, "See you later, Eren," and looks like she decapitated him. And okay, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but the whole kissing part, I think is weird, but I can see why a lot of people love it, you know. So especially the Eren shippers, but he's dead and she's kissing him. So I don't know. I don't really care for it, but it is what it is. I'll take it. But as we know, Mikasa really cared for Eren, so I guess this was just her way to let go. So Eren is gone, and we see Ymir just creepy, just smiling at them in the background. So overall, I am so heartbroken about John and Connie, and that they just freaking changed. Oh, man. I'm just kind of curious how this last chapter is going to be, because there's just feel like there's still, how are they going to, how is Isayama going to tie this up, you know? I know some mangas, they have at least the last chapter like twice as long, so I'm hoping it's not so short, because I just feel like there's just a lot to cover, and not to feel rushed, but like in the end, what's going to happen? Are they going to continue to be, is there a way that they're going to find a way to turn everybody back to regular, you know, people? Are the Titan shifters, what Eren or maybe Ymir will change up, like, you know, that the whole founding or all the Titans are non-existent? Is this kind of like a situation like she'll change the time as if like nothing happened? So I'm curious how all that's gonna go through. I have a feeling, which I don't want to lose Reiner, but potentially maybe the Titan shifters will give up their Titans in order to change some of their friends back. I don't know. I mean, I know for sure, probably most likely Reiner will maybe either give his Titan back to Gabby, or maybe Annie too. Maybe Annie will give her Titan back to, you know, Gabby, Reiner maybe to John, and then Pieck to Connie. I don't know. This is totally just guess, but gosh, I don't know how that. I'm just curious how this is gonna end. But this was an emotional one. Gosh, seeing John in them, that sucks. But other than that, alright guys, how did you feel about the chapter? I can't believe we're at the end game. This is unreal. I still can't just get my mind around it that this is almost done. And yeah, just give me a like for my small like little channel. It helps so much. And alright guys, till next time. Actually tomorrow will be for the episode. Alright, take care guys. Bye bye.